This week is how the UFC fights last weekend reminded me about balance in relationships. Everything in a relationship is about balance. You shouldn't go too far one way and you shouldn't go too far the other way, or else you'll throw everything off. We need to balance the masculine and feminine energy in our life. Now, when I talk about masculine and feminine energy, it's not really male and female in that kind of sense. Feminine energy, which is receptive, nurturing, passive, and then you got masculine energy on the other hand, which is really assertive, direct, and action orientated. What made me think of this was the past UFC fights. When we watch these fights and all the fighters and everything, everyone loves how aggressive they get, all the trash talking, the killer instinct, that real uber masculine energy. But then when those same people are done and all the buildup comes to the fight night and that killer instinct really comes out, most people get scared and they want to be all politically correct. We love the idea of a killer animal, but when we get that killer animal, it becomes too real and scary. We want the killer, but then we want him to shake hands, hug, and talk about the fight right after it happened. Getting the right balance of masculine and feminine energy is key for a good fighter and key for a good relationship. To know to go for the throat with that killer instinct, but then know you can shake hands with the opponent and be able to talk calmly with Joe Rogan right after the fight. So it's much like a man who wants a wild, crazy, spontaneous woman in bed, and then we want a responsible, well-mannered, organized woman away from that. But it's her spontaneity during sex which will become her lack of ability to follow through on tasks during the day. Now this is where balance comes in. Everything has to be balanced, the yin and the yang. Too much one way or the other and you're not happy. It's much like a woman who wants a strong, take charge, masculine man in bed, but she becomes frustrated when he's not listening or paying attention to her feelings. It all comes back to balance. David Deida has this awesome book about it. It's called The Way of the Superior Man. A lot of men, and I used to be like this too, are scared of becoming too feminine. But it's not a bad thing. You'll begin to open up more, share your feelings, and become vulnerable. This in turn makes you much more appealing to your partner as long as you pair that with a balance of strong, take charge, masculine energy. If you got anything from this video, let's share the heck out of it. I love you all, and I'll see you next Thursday.